So housing policy is clearly back on the government's agenda for 2023, which is progress in itself. In last year's federal budget, we saw the announcement of a new National Housing Accord, which really sets the scene for a change in housing policy. There's little direct commitment in the housing policy. There's little direct building by actually governments, and it does rely a lot on the private sector to come to the table and really invest in affordable housing, which may be a challenge. Australia already builds roughly 1 million houses every 5 years, and actually if we want to see real change to housing supply, we probably need to build more than 1 million new homes in the next 5 years. There's really huge capacity constraints in the housing system at the moment, facing really bad worker shortages throughout all levels of the supply chain. That's an issue that's affecting many parts of the economy, but it is particularly acute in housing. Social housing is a really important part of the housing system for people that really just can't afford and probably will never afford to be able to either purchase their own home or to reliably rent in the private market. So we need social housing as this bedrock of the housing system. We've got over 160,000 households on the wait list for social housing. So there's huge unmet demand there. There are commitments under the Housing Accord to expand social housing, but they're nowhere near enough. What we need is more action and more commitment from both the federal government but also state governments to actually expand our social housing stock levels. And to continuously do that, we often expand social housing in short bursts, and then it tends to contract a bit over time. So we need continuous strategy to keep building and keep expanding social housing stock to keep up with population growth and that unmet demand.